From Ticker Studios, this is The Connector, presented by Harper B.
Cities are rethinking what drives talent, investment and long-term growth. I'm Belinda and this is The Connector. In Vienna, a bold bet on the film industry isn't just boosting the economy, it's reshaping the city itself. And today I'm joined by Anu Shanker, who's the Managing Director of HQ7 Studios. Hi Anu, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi Belinda.
I'm super excited because I was in Europe recently and I was invited to take a tour of the Vienna film studios. So I got to see it firsthand and now we get to talk about it, so that's exciting. Can you tell us about HQ7 Studios and why Austria has chosen to invest in building a local film studio industry?
So yeah, the idea was, so I'm coming out of the industry. I worked in the industry for about 15 to 20 years. I don't remember now exactly. Yeah. There was a need for film studios in Vienna because we have a long history of film industry here in Austria. But the last studios were shut down in 2010, I would say. And so we had a need of an infrastructure. And at the end of the day, I met an old friend and we decided to do it together. Then we started to think where and how to do it. At the end, we found the city of Vienna and they wanted us to do that together with them. So they invested into the infrastructure and we rented it back. And now we are working on being a successful studio.
Amazing. And the data shows that for every euro invested in film incentives, 4 euros are returned to the economy. And if we look at the numbers, they're outstanding numbers for the Austrian economy. But beyond those numbers, how is this film-led growth physically transforming Vienna?
So if you go around in Vienna since this incentive was started in 2023, you can see at least when I'm coming to work from my home, it's about a car drive of about 20 minutes. You can see at least 5 film teams on the street every day, working somewhere on the street, in the studios. It's getting so amazing. We have a lot of post-production houses, more production houses than before. Yeah. So we get more and more international. So we had just a small industry of equipment rentals. Now we have international equipment rentals like ARI, like MBS. I heard are coming down here, and so it's growing and growing.
Amazing, because the film industry hires so many different types of people, doesn't it? You're saying carpenters, seamstress, filmmakers, the talent. Yeah,
so we found about more than 100 job descriptions that are working for film. I think it's not completely different in Australia.
Yeah.
So if you ask me to name them, I would say please don't do it, because. Even if you're on the set, you can see at least 30 to 40 of these jobs, but there are a lot of them behind and in the pre-production, in the post-production. So it's a really big industry now. So I think it gives people perspective, doing a nice job with a nice outcome, because you can see these films at least for the next 100 years.
Well, it's funny you say that because, when we were first talking, we were talking about the sound of music and how it brought so many people to Austria. And yet, apparently, the Viennese and the Austrians have never watched the film. Is that true?
Yeah, so I had to tell you the secret. The sound of music is famous all over the world except in Austria.
It's amazing.
So, so I haven't seen the film till now.
I can't.
I have to see it.
I think you need to see it so we can discuss it. But generally, the film industry is often described as counter-cyclical. Why is a dedicated film precinct such an important insurance policy for a city's economic resilience?
Yeah, because if you look in times of crisis, for example, if we all had a global crisis like Corona or COVID. film industry was one of the key industries in Austria that was able to work after 4 weeks of shutdown. So after 4 weeks, the film industry started working again, and there was, I think, they have never done more work than at that time. I don't know why, but it was like this, and it didn't stop till 2025, to the end of 2025. Now it's a little bit. It's going down, but till the the first half of the year is going down. But we are looking forward for June, and then it goes up again.
So, Anu, you said that HQ7 is more than just sound stages. It's a fully integrated production hub. How does offering everything from equipment to specialist crafts help attract global filmmakers to Vienna?
So we call us a one-stop shop, or a kind of business park. So film studio is nothing else than a business park. So we have a one-stop shop. The people can come and they can take a modular what they need. So we can offer them a whole production if they want to. If they don't need it, they can just hire, just rent our stages, or they can just rent the equipment. But I think for a global filmmaker coming from, I would say, Australia or the US, they don't want to travel with all the equipment. They want to come here, take the equipment from here, and if they take it from here, they get another 30% from the incentives. So it's a win-win for both and for all.
So when I toured the studios last month, I also saw an incredible purpose-built hospital set. I was completely blown away by this purpose-built hospital set. It felt like a real hospital, and I was even shown a room where there was a morgue, and it felt incredibly real. Why have you invested in a permanent facility like this, and how does it support genres like crime and medical drama?
So the thing is, when you have a look at the TV productions in Europe, I don't know how it is in Australia, but here in Europe, you feel like it was 90%. I would say it's 50% of all the features and series are criminal or hospital series. And if you go to a hospital for shooting, you have a lot of things that you can't do, that you have to take care of. You get time slots that might be not that interesting for you, and we have the chance now to give our clients the possibility to do what they want in a certain thing, and they can also have if so. I don't know in which color you hospital, but it's changing its color, I would say, every week.
Yeah,
and has another year of this hospital. So I think it was a good idea, and it works quite good.
It's incredible. I was completely blown away by how real it felt. I felt it was quite surreal. I want to talk about sustainability, because you've been able to reduce daily production waste from 200 kilograms down to 30. How have you done this? What's been the most effective initiative behind that shift, and what can we learn from this?
So first, I just think that acting green should be everyone's goal. The productions are now forced or asked to act green, and the most weight of the waste was, for example, catering waste. So they cooked, and everything that wasn't eaten was thrown away. Now they give it they put it into doggy bags and give it to the team in the evening, so they take it with them. So we also don't use generators anymore in Vienna, so it's not allowed to use generators in Vienna anymore. So they have to use battery packs, and so this is not waste, but it's also green. They have to use battery packs, or they have to do the stationary. They have to take the stationary power. We have a possibility in Vienna to take power on every house has the possibility to give power to the film industry.
Amazing! That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you ask them, you ask the authorities, and they're coming there, and they just giving you the chance to take the power out of the next house. And one of the most important things is reusing materials for props. So if you have a built-in prop in, like a hospital, we built the hospital in stage
Yeah.
2. That what you saw already on the time thing and in the video, and they are not throwing it away. So they're taking it, they store it, and if they need it again, they take it again. And it doesn't have to be a hospital. It can be next time it is a hotel, or it's just an office, or an apartment.
Yeah, it's
So this
really
is
yeah, really forward thinking. I love it. And so we've also spoken about the aging workforce in the industry. How is HQ7 helping to bring through the next generation and filling these 100 different employee types that the film industry employs?
I think the biggest problem in Europe is that you come to the film industry and you didn't learn this job. So a lot of carpenters are not carpenters. In Austria, for example, they went to university, they were studying law or something like that, and they met a friend and he said, "Yeah, come with me. I have a good job. We get a lot of money." And then you start working there, and you don't have any chance to get out anymore because you are not a real carpenter. Because in Austria, you have you have to learn to learn carpenter. There's a
You have to
I
learn
was
the
not in
trade.
university.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have trained for 4 years,
Yeah.
and then you are a carpenter. So the problem is that people can't get out anymore of this film job, and I would do it the other way around. I would ask trained carpenters to come in, work for the industry for several years, and they always have the perspective to leave. So they
I
have
love that,
much more
yeah.
fun. They can bring young people into the jobs.
Absolutely love it. We're running out of time, so I just wanted to say thank you so much to you and your team for taking me around Vienna Film Studios with HQ7 when I was
a pleasure.
there. And I look forward to seeing more of the Vienna city on films in the future because it's an absolutely extraordinary city. Thank you so much, and I'll look forward to chatting to you soon. Thanks, Anu.
Thank you. Have a nice.
You're watching Ticker. The Connector is presented by Harper B. For more, visit harperb.com.au.